All right, let's jump to the main slate and we'll talk our favorite stack here. We'll talk our favorite dart throws, and then we'll build a tournament lineup on FanDuel and one on DraftKings as well, just so you can kind of see how we go about kind of constructing our lineups, how we try to differentiate and kind of build, strategize with this thing. So let's start with our favorite stacks, because everyone always wants to talk stacks. I think, to win a tournament, more often than almost always, you're going to have to stack in some way, shape, or form and take advantage of correlations, because DFS it's essentially like a 9-leg parlay, and you usually need like eight of those legs to hit, maybe even all 9 to win a tournament. So gotta exploit those correlations. So main slate stacks, what do you got?
So my favorite main state slack is more of a game stack. It's Jalen Hurts and Dallas Goedert, and send it back with DeAndre Swift. I just think this game has sneaky shootout potential. It's the third highest total of the main slate. And, I'm super high on Jalen Hurts typically, but week 1 this year, I'm really high on him. He's my QB2. I just think with A.J. Brown there, his ceiling is massive. And I think because a lot of people are going to want to stack Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, I can't blame them. I think the sneaky way to go is go with Dallas Goedert, who this will be his first week 1 where he's the starting tight end. Zach Ertz got traded week 6 or week 7 last year, and Dallas Goedert was the tight end 6 the rest of the way. So I've been waiting for Dallas Goedert to enter the season as the starting tight end. So I just love their connection. I think, they could connect for 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm really looking for here. And then DeAndre Swift on the other side, he's really game script proof, but I just love having him go the other way because, like I said, this could be a shootout. He is 100% healthy heading into the season, so he always has a super high ceiling when he's healthy. So I love just kind of getting a mini game stack here from this game. And then for another game that I was stacking is the Falcons Saints. I think the Marcus Mariota Kyle Pitts stack is pretty sneaky this week. I know we're both high on Mariota. He just has that dual threat ability that we love in DFS and traditional fantasy. And I think Kyle Pitts is going to have a big game. I think Marshawn Lattimore should be shadowing Drake London here. So I think it's just going to funnel even more targets to Kyle Pitts. So I think Mariota and Pitts is another sneaky stack this week.
Yeah, I would bet that one is somewhat low roster too. I don't think that's going to be a super popular stack because I think a lot of people will end up just playing Mariota, unstacked. It's interesting because both of your favorite stacks, you actually have a rushing quarterback, but you're stacking them, which is kind of contrarian in itself because a lot of times people just go naked with the mobile quarterbacks. All right, for me, I'm gonna go with. We'll start off with Trevor Lawrence, Christian Kirk. This is one that nobody's thinking about these guys. I don't think it's a new connection. But looking at this game, Jacksonville, how good is their defense going to be? I don't know. It may not be that good. So, this is a game that I think you could end up seeing some points from Washington. And then going back the other way, Washington's pass defense was just dreadful last year. And I still think they have issues at cornerback. They were bottom 5 in pass DVOA. So I think, there's kind of this unknown here with Christian Kirk, after they paid him the big money. Trevor Lawrence, entering year 2. I just think that Kirk could get a lot of air yards in this game in what could be a sneaky shootout with 2 bad defenses. So I like going with some Trevor and some Christian Kirk. What do you think of that?
Yeah, no, I love that. I think we can consider that for our combined lineup. I agree. I think Kirk, he's too cheap this week. And Trevor Lawrence is a guy that I don't want to write him off. I think we can write, last season with Urban Meyer was probably, 90% of the reason Trevor Lawrence's rookie season was a disaster. So I like the idea of investing in Lawrence with Doug Peterson there for week 1. So I can definitely get behind that.
And another one that's completely off the radar, because that's what we're trying to do here. Like, I'm not even going to give you the obvious, like, okay, Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. Like, we know to stack those guys, but sometimes you just find that quarterback that ends up throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and get a receiver to score 2 of them. And another sneaky one, I think, that's pretty cheap is Matt Ryan and Michael Pittman. Matt Ryan is just 5,500 on DraftKings, and Pittman is 5,500 as well. So Pittman is way too cheap, by the way. I don't know why he's.
It's like the T Higgins. Remember, T Higgins was stuck on 5,400. That's what I thought happened here.
Yeah, he's way too cheap. So, and I like this because if you're stacking Ryan and Pittman, it's kind of a contrarian game script stack as well. And you could even, if you are going to roster Dameon Pierce, I think this is the way to do it too, because, you would expect the Colts to control the game, Jonathan Taylor, but if things don't go as planned, Dameon Pierce should have a good game. Taylor might, not get as many carries. So then you'd also be kind of leveraging that because Taylor is probably going to be one of the most popular players at running back. So I just like everything about this Ryan to Pittman stack. And, I just think Pittman is such a good receiver. And he's a really good shot at leading the week in targets and leading the league in targets for the year. So want to invest on him early while he's still this cheap.
Love it. Are you on the Texans +8, by the way?
I might be, honestly. It's disgusting, but it's a huge spread for we don't have any current year data. All right, let's talk dart throws. Who do you
got? So I think this one's the least obvious one, but Wan'Dale Robinson at 3K might be the best true dart throw. I don't expect his rostership to be high at all. But Kadarius Toney, Sterling Shepard, Daniel Bellinger is coming back from a concussion. All those guys are questionable. They might be playing at less than 100% anyway. And I think the Giants are going to, they're going to be moving Wan'Dale around the formation. They've been manufacturing touches for him. I like your comparison to Rondale Moore with him. I think he's dangerous with the ball in his hand. So a week like this where he could see a spike in usage just based on everybody being banged up, I think he's sneaky at 3K. I would just sprinkle him in tournaments. Like he's not some guy I'm using in cash or anything, but he's a dart throw for sure. And then I guess you call this guy dart throw because he's min price at tight end. But I love Isaiah Likely. This is going to be the last time I think you're ever going to get him at min price. And it seems weird. Like why would we be playing Mark Andrews backup in week 1? But I think the Ravens have big plans for him. They're really weak at wide receiver behind Rashad Bateman. So I think they're really going to create sort of a Kyle Pitts, Mike Gesicki type role for Likely. I believe him that much. He does have a wide range of outcomes, so it would not shock me if he only gets, 1 catch for 10 yards here, but he does have a high ceiling in this potential role. So sign me up for min price for week 1 and let's go from there.
Yeah, I love how you're just planting the flag on Likely because that dude is just a baller. Like if you're listening and you haven't seen this dude, just go watch his preseason highlights. He has about 12 of them because he caught, caught like 12 or 12 passes.
Yeah, that one game. Yeah, he went like 15 for 200. Yeah, but yeah, he caught about 12 catches in limited playing time. So, and he was supposed to play week 3 and they benched him outright. They said, you're too valuable. You're basically a starter. So things like that heading into week 1 are, the tea leaves that I like to read and pay attention to. And they're treating him like a starter. So got to believe it.
I like the comp to Mark Andrews in year 1. Like, I just think that's kind of what they envision, and they don't have enough at receiver. So, I think they got to do it. All right. I like me some Josh Palmer. We'll start there. He's 3,800.
Hell yeah.
I think he's poised for a breakout. Earlier in the offseason, it was kind of uncertain. Okay, like, is he going to take that next step? But everything I've been hearing out of camp is that he's slated to be that number 3 receiver now. And that is all he needs, because then he'll be on the field, 70-80% of the time with Justin Herbert, who is favored to lead the league in passing touchdowns and yardage too, I think. So, and we're going against the Raiders in this game. It's one of the highest totals on the slate. So getting Palmer for 3,800 is amazing. I think that could be a very profitable stack, even with Herbert, because now you offset Herbert's price with Palmer. That's super cheap. Another one is George Pickens. He's 4,100, and I don't know if he'll be that highly rostered this week, just because, it's Pittsburgh's still implied for a low total. But I think Pickens, he's another guy just going to be on the field for a ton of snaps. And then I got a couple of like way left, like probably 0.1% owned. So the first is Nelson Aguilar for the Patriots. I've been hearing he's having the best camp out of all the receivers, and like he's straight up taking Kendrick Bourne's role now. So I think he's going to be a starter. And remember, Miami, they put Byron Jones on the injury list, so they're a little bit thin at cornerback. And I think Aguilar, we've seen him kind of pop. Like it's like every once in a while he'll just have a great season or a great stretch of games
when you least expect it.
Right, exactly. And this is perfect time. Week 1 against the Miami Dolphins, a game that no one really knows what to do with. Nelson Aguilar, 3,400. I think you could get like 80%, 90% routes run out of him. He was at 81% last year. So all you need is, a touchdown and you're in business there with Aguilar. And then one more is Jonathan Williams at min price, running back for Washington. So, the beat writers seem to think that Gibson isn't necessarily just going to go back to his old role, that they want some kind of between the tackles running. And that's why they kept Williams on the roster here. And, he may end up getting that Brian Robinson Jr. role. And you're going as a home favorite against the Jaguars. So if there was ever a time for a min price running back to get into the end zone, I think this is it. And I mean, there's a high end upper outcome where Williams gets like double digit touches in this game. So, and a touchdown. So I like it at min price, and I'm pretty sure no one's going to be on Jonathan Williams.
The Peyton Barber role.
Exactly.
I love the Josh Palmer call. I was definitely a year or two early on that. I think he was my week 1 sneaky dart throw last year because I thought he had the potential. He had the potential to overtake Guyton as the number 3 receiver, and he didn't even come close. Not until the end of the season when both Keenan Allen and Mike Williams were in and out of the lineup. But yeah, I think this is the year Palmer starting right away this week will be the number 3 wide receiver. Like you said, there's a ton of upside in this offense. And then I do like the Aguilar call as well, because it's kind of murky right now with Parker will probably be the leading receiver, Myers, and then it's between Bourne and Aguilar. And Aguilar is, what is he, like the 5th highest paid receiver in the league right now? So he's probably gonna get playing time this week. Thornton, their top rookie, is out for a while. Christian Wilkerson is out for a while, so they're kind of bare behind the top 2. So Aguilar, like I said, he always goes off when we least expect it. So like a milli maker dart throw, would you say?
Oh yeah,
something like that, where he's gonna be 0.1% rostered. So why not on week 1 take a flyer on him?
Yeah, and Patriots beat writer Mike Rice, he kind of talked about how Aguilar is, they're moving him around into the slot a little bit more, and Kendrick Bourne's just having a rough camp. Apparently he was like a McDaniels guy, and now that like they're kind of transitioning to a new offense, he's just not, he's like in Belichick's doghouse. So
okay.
I think you want to kind of get ahead of this, and then again, it's the Patriots, so nothing may come of it. We know they're having issues with their O-line and just offense in general, but Nelson Aguilar, like, what was it? The season before this one, he had like that, he just came out of nowhere and was like a top 50 receiver. Like he does this. You at least expect this. So that's the deal.
I have both Aguilar and Bourne at 60% routes run, but it's one of those things until we start getting data. It would not surprise me if he's around 85 or 90% week 1. So he does have a high ceiling.
Yeah, I already have him over Bourne. I have him like 80 or 7 in the 70s or 80, and Bourne down there.
Nice.
All right, let's build some lineups. Let's start with DK, and you can have first pick.
Gonna have to go with the no-brainer guy on DK, and that is Michael Pittman at 5,500.
Mike, why is he so cheap?
Has to be an error. His rostership's gonna be pretty high as a result, but just can't pass him up there.
All right, I'm gonna go with, let's see. Oh, I know what I got. I'm gonna go with Travis Kelce. Anytime he's not the number one price tight end, I'm all over it. So especially you got that tough Arizona matchup sitting there. It says first. I'm not worried about that at all. Like, this is Travis Kelce's first time in his career. He's going to be playing without Tyreek Hill. Like, this is Travis Kelce. And it's what is it? The highest total on the main slate. This is Travis
for
Kelce's
sure.
blow up spot written all over it.
Yeah. Love it. Let's see. When do we start making our QB stack? So for DK, I like Mariota, obviously, Winston, Lance, Carr. Oh, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, I'm gonna force it. Jalen Hurts. We'll go from there. We might have to spend down at some point.
Yeah, we might. All right. So you know what I'm gonna do with Jalen Hurts? I'm gonna stack him with not AJ Brown, not Dallas Goedert, but Devonta Smith.
I love it. Yes.
Because everyone's kind of forgetting about him. And this is a talented guy who went really high in the draft. And wide receivers these days, usually you see the biggest leap in year 2. It used to be year 3. Now it's year 2. And he's got a guy in Brown who's going to take a lot of coverage off of him. So, the Lions secondary, we talked about it. It's weak. So give me some Devonta Smith.
2 catches for 110 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. Exactly. Take that all day.
All right, let's see. Running back. God, I feel like Pierce is going to be too chalky, but got to do it. We're going to go with Pierce. Maybe we can get cute somewhere else. Just can't pass up Pierce at 4,800. Do you think he's going to be the highest rostered back this week?
Ooh,
without a doubt, right?
I can't imagine anybody. Unless like one of the because I think all the studs are gonna get like decent, kind of split it. So yeah, there's not like just one stud that's gonna get like a bunch.
Yeah, Najee is pretty cheap, but I think people are scared away with the foot injury. I'm not, but yeah, I just think I think Pierce is gonna be highly rostered. So I think Devonta Smith helps give us some uniqueness here.
All right, let's so we got an average of 5,200 remaining for a running back, a wide receiver, a flex, and a defense. I'll look at defense. I'll bite the bullet. And I'm going to go with, let's see. Give me some Titans D against the Giants.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah. It's just, you look at that matchup and, I think the Titans, they're going to run the ball. So the Giants points should be down. And like you said, the Giants are all banged up at wide receiver. So, I just think you're going to see.
Why isn't Dable calling plays to begin the year?
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell is up with that? Thought that was the whole point of hiring him.
Well, sometimes actually you see what happens when like an offensive coordinator transitions into a head coaching role and they try to call plays. They can't handle all the responsibilities. So hopefully they're just not a big drop off, and like he's really good at game planning. I'll give him that. So hopefully, but for the sake of this lineup, I hope he just
love it.
Titans D at 3,500 against the Giants.
Love it. I am going to go with. I'll let you take the next running back. I'm gonna go with another receiver. So we have 5,700 per player left, and still spend up. I'm gonna go with my guy Mooney. You're low on Komet, so that means you're higher on Mooney.
I'm honestly just kind of about the whole passing game, but I love Mooney as a player, and he should get a massive target share. So
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So he's in a good price range right now. I don't think his rostership's going to be that high. Definitely has a high ceiling. So just like the fit in this.
Yeah, so we got Pittman, Smith, and Mooney, 55, 55, and 5,700. Pretty economical, but high upside wide receivers. So now we got an average of 5,800. We need a running back, and we need a flex. All right, let's see. What do we want to do at running back?
You're gonna get wild?
I wasn't gonna get too wild. I was
Jonathan Williams though. No Jonathan.
Nah. I was thinking of going somebody like a little higher up. Let's go with Aaron Jones at 67.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because I think, like you said, Najee's at 64, and I think he's gonna get a lot of rostership. And I don't think I was thinking Chubb too. It's another one at 65, but I think that range, I think they'll be a little bit lower. in rostership, because I do think Najee and then Pierce, obviously, and then people are going to have money to pay up a little more. So Jones is kind of in mid tier, but I think this is DraftKings. I think he's going to catch, a good amount of passes in this game and, this season. So give me some Aaron Jones at 6,700.
Love it. Yeah, his rostership will definitely be pretty low this week. So 4,900, and probably, shoot for a guy in the 4,500 range if I could find somebody. There's not much. Goddard would complete the double stack at 4,500.
That's risky though with a running quarterback.
2 tight ends. No, I know that I do not want to do that. But he's 4,500. I was just looking in that price range. And I'm thinking wide receiver, but if you see any running backs that stick out, I don't really. Oh God, Mike Davis, Raheem Mostert. Any of these guys could pop off, but that's rough. I'm gonna look at receivers.
Yeah, I think it has to be a receiver.
Pickens is 4,100.
Ooh, that leaves
Olave is 4,500. Oh man.
Ooh, there got MVS at 47.
Oh shit. Yeah, you know what? I don't mind that at all for a tournament team where we have a lot of chalk going on here. I love me some MVS. I think Sky Moore is going to have a slower start to the season than people realize. So yeah, let's get that MVS upside here. Love that.
Let's do it. All right.
His projection is a bit lower for me, but when you just factor in ceiling, I mean, it's way up there. So yeah, I love this lineup. We have 200 left over. Perfect.
Yeah, and no one's gonna not many entrants are going to be playing MVS unstacked with Mahomes. So we have even more differentiation in.
Yeah, well, we have Kelsey and MVS.
With no Mahomes. That's the only thing, though. We might. Yeah, maybe we should.
Kind of.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. I'm totally forgetting. Yeah, you should probably choose somebody else.
Kind of dicey. Yeah. Damn it. Get rid of Kelsey. That's that guy.
Nah.
Just some of these guys just have a lower ceiling than I like. Our boy Robbie with the IE is in that range.
He's I don't trust him.
DJ Chark getting a long one.
That would match. I mean, we have the Smith and Hurts stack, so that kind of plays off that.
Why didn't we take Romeo Dobbs at 3K? For the ultimate chalk team.
We just need Lazard to be ruled out.
It's just these guys in this range like Westbrook Akina, KJ Osborne. I love those guys, but they just don't have that ceiling we're looking for. So DJ Chark, I'm just saying, like, he's going to be 0.1% rostered. And he's sort of like an MVS light. I don't know. I just don't see anybody in this range with a ton of upside.
Yeah, I mean, I think Mostert could pop off for 2 touchdowns.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Tyler Boyd has Joe Burrow as his quarterback.
Yeah. Nico Collins.
If you like some Garrett Wilson to break out in week 1, he's there. Yeah, or Olave.
It's a rough range.
I think Olave is kind of interesting.
Yeah, let's go with Olave. I was considering him, so let's just go with him.
Because he has a nice ceiling.
That price range is nice. Yeah. 400 left over.
Yeah. Always try to leave at least like 200.
Yeah.
You never want to kind of fill it because you risk being like less differentiated because a lot of people tend to just max out the salary.
Exactly.
All right. So that's our DraftKings lineup. Jalen Hurts at 6,800 at quarterback, Dameon Pierce 4,800, and Aaron Jones 6,700 at running back. Wide receiver, we got Pittman at 55, Devontae Smith at 55, Mooney at 5,700, Olave in the flex at 4,500. We got Kelsey at tight end at 6,600, and the Tennessee Titans at home against the New York Giants, 3,500.